Hey everybody, I'm back with another vlog on my road to 900 rating. Well, I had my first tournament of the year on Saturday. It was not a PDGA sanctioned tournament, so it doesn't count towards my points as far as I'm aware, which is probably a good thing because I did not score so well in the end. Out of 21 players in the intermediate division, I was tied for 16th, so it could have been worse. I didn't get last, I suppose. That's a good thing to go for, but I really had a shot there to score in the top 10 or even top 5. I checked my scores about halfway through and I was tied for 5th, and that got me a little excited, and then I immediately failed. It was a sad combination of hitting trees and then the trees consistently putting me behind even worse trees. But that's what happens. I hit the trees in the first place. They were missed shots, but it was a very, very tight wooded course played at Devon's Disc Golf Course. It was a combo course. There are two courses there, one called the Hill, one called the General. And it was playing all 18 holes of the hill, and then sandwiched in the middle, you jumped over to the general course for 6 holes. So it was 24 holes, and I faltered down the stretch. I had a great start. I was throwing well. I wasn't picking up birdies, but I was picking up mostly pars, and then the excitement got to me, and I compounded some mistakes. So, for example, the first 12 holes I was 6 over. The second 12 holes I was 11 over because I finished 17 over in total. In the first 8 holes I was 2 over. But the middle 8 holes is where I really stumbled, got 10 over. The third section of 8 holes was the easiest part of the course, like by far, and I was still 5 over par on those 8 holes. It was very disappointing. It's got some holes, it's got 2 or 3 holes that are just like under 200 feet and just straight downhill, so it's almost a jump putt for me. I did a little standstill putter throw. There's lots of trees everywhere, and it's a sloping, it's sloping away from you, so the shots can sail and you can have some long putts. But regardless of those 3 holes, I only had a good look on one of them for a putt, and it was my worst putt of the day. So there's some things I want to learn from this, some things I want to take forward. I want to learn from every tournament round. I'm glad it wasn't scored or for the ratings. It probably certainly wouldn't help my progression to increase my rating. As a reminder, my rating right now is 823. But I want to highlight some positives and negatives from this tournament. The positives are my putting. I think my putting was quite good. My putting practice, 100 putts every day on the Perfect Putt 360 app, I think has really helped me. I felt very comfortable with my putting. The one putt I felt like I should have had and I missed was the one I just talked about, which was probably around 15 to 18 feet. But on the other hand, I had some in the 20 to 30 foot range, which are kind of like 50-50 putts for me, or maybe even less. I had a number of them that I made, at least 3 or 4. So I felt very, very good there. My forehand, after a couple months of just having no forehand anymore, just losing it, I found some consistency there and some really good shots on my forehand drives, particularly with the Photon, which I remembered I had in my bag only halfway through the round, but the Photon was going really nicely. But shot of the day was with the Firebird. I posted about it on Instagram. I had a really tight, it was kind of an S going left, then right, then back towards the left that I had to get around these trees. I threw a really low forehand. It hit the first gap rather, went inside the main tree to miss near the basket, skipped up, hit the basket, almost got in for the birdie but saved the par. That one felt really nice, and also hitting backhand gaps off the tee. Given how tight the course was, I think I hit probably better than average in terms of hitting big backhand gaps on my backhand. I certainly didn't hit all of them, but a couple of shots, especially there were a few towards holes 6, 7-ish, that were some very difficult holes long, and that I really hit the gaps I wanted to hit, so I was pleased there. Especially, I thought I was throwing the Roadrunner well. I was able to put it on the right angle to do some nice flip-ups, some nice turnovers. It felt really good, so I have confidence there. those are my three positives. My negatives, one, consistency. Just getting in a position where I can throw consistently and have more confidence overall. Two, the mental game, where I don't let mistakes compound. And that's what really happened here. I had two triple bogeys that really, really hurt me in this round. And partially, yeah, it was really bad breaks, really bad bounces. The trees got in the way. I was in some weeds, literally and figuratively. And, you know, a situation like on the only par 4 in the course where I throw my drive decently, but just a little bit off, hits a tree pretty early, and then try to escape, hit a tree early. It bounces behind some other trees, and then I'm in a situation where there's really not even a pitch out. I just got to try to muscle an overhand shot through the trees, miss it, and it just compounds from there. I got to get past that in my mental game and calm down and find the right approach. And then the big negative is my approach shots. My approach shots from 200 feet to, we'll say, 200 to 100 feet were not good. There were a couple holes that length, and, you know, those should be birdie holes where I'm looking at birdie at the very least have a putt, and it was not good. I wasn't able, on my forehand approaches, my Cayman, either it's me or the Cayman is breaking in too much and it's becoming less stable. I used to be able to put nice, like 150-foot flex line on the Cayman on my forehand, but I was not able to do that. It would at best flatten out and just go straight. So I might try. I'm gonna do a practice round tomorrow. I might try that shot a few times, and if it does seem like it's the disc and not me, I may start doing those little touchy flex forehand shots with the Firebird, just because it's the most stable disc in my bag. But regardless, I was losing concentration on those approach shots, and I wasn't giving myself the saves that you need in New England disc golf, where there's lots of trees, lots of woods. You're going to miss some drives, especially someone at my skill level. I'm going to miss a lot of drives, and so I need to be able to get those 100 to 200-foot approaches most of the time in the circle with a good putt, and I was not able to do that consistently at this tournament. But the tournament coming up this upcoming Saturday is, I would say, an easier course. It's certainly less hilly. It's a little bit more open. It's still woods golf, but it's more open, and I would say, on the whole, a little bit shorter. So the Devon's course, the hill, varies immensely. There's like a 380-foot par 3 that's uphill, and then there's a 150-foot par 3 that's downhill. Like, the range is just extreme. Birch Park, I played it once, and I'm going to try to play it again this week to practice. It's more within that 200 to 320 foot range for the par 3s, of which are 17 par 3s and one par 4. The par 4 was only like 380 downhill. It was barely a par 4. I birdied it very easily. I threw a great drive and had like 50 feet. I mean, that should be a birdie or par at worst, and there's a number of attackable par 3s. A couple I'm probably not going to be able to reach, but most of them I'm going to be able to reach. I want to try to play aggressive and go for greens, especially now that I've got that photon forehand that I'm feeling pretty confident at, that I can pretty accurately throw like a 250-foot drive with the photon through trees. My goal that I've set for myself is 10 over 2 rounds, so an average of 5 over per round. I got 8 over the first time I played the course, but I believe that was the short tees or the short baskets, and we're playing the long baskets at the tournament. So I think I can improve by a few shots there. Although I look back at the past tournaments at this course to see an idea of what scores are looking like, and under par claimed the top 5 spots in intermediate, and a 10 over result would be about middle of the pack, and it looks like about an 850 rating average. It looks like from both tournaments, 2020 and 2019 of this tournament, a 1 over score was a 900 rated round. So maybe I'm setting too soft of a goal, but I don't know. I don't know. It matters, I think, if I'm making putts. If I'm making these 20 to 30 foot putts, then I can get a few birdies. Maybe I can get close to even par. But I'm going to say 10 over is my goal, just as we're easing into tournament season. And I'll have an update for you all next vlog and maybe try to look at some form analysis now that I've developed a bit. We'll see. I don't feel like I'm there yet. I want to feel like I've arrived at a decently comfortable place before doing that comparison. But you'll see it within a week or two, I think. And I'll have an update of this Birch Park tournament next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find me on Instagram as well, Mark_disc golf. Mark spelled with a C. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.